As within, so is without. I thought that was a fitting quote to start this video off with, um, because our skin is a reflection of our inner workings. Um, so yeah, the book I've been reading, which is like a small ebook, by this he's an Eastern medicine sort of practitioner who has a page on Instagram called Primal Thrive, and he's very like alternative, and you probably won't hear this in mainstream medicine too much, but yeah, just how like our inner organs are, like if they're not functioning properly, it'll reflect in our face or our skin or our body, which is I thought was interesting. The dog is barking. Um, so yeah, I thought I'd talk about it because I thought that would be an interesting subject. Let me let the dog in. He knows when I'm recording, man. So yes, our inner organ health manifests in the outer body, um, if they're not functioning properly in ways that can be discernible to others and yourself. So an example with this is what he talks about is like kidney health. Um, if your kidneys aren't functioning properly, you can kind of get like these dark circles underneath your eyes, and it is that's kind of how one of the examples is. Yeah, it's actually like a very vast topic, so my mind's a bit all over the place on this one, but I'll try and remain as concise as I can. Um, he also talks about the liver, how the liver can affect your eyes, the actual iris, and make it yellow potentially if your liver's like um, just not working that well and is diseased. Even like relating it to, because in Eastern medicine, they kind of they have this thing called face mapping, and they even relate like your frown lines to internal organ health and like expressions of emotions, which is also quite interesting. I mean, I should really read up on this before I make a video on a topic like this, because I find it pretty interesting, the Eastern methodologies of medicine and whatnot. But maybe that can be the next one. Because I just read this and I was inspired to make a video. So yeah, so the liver, yellowing of the iris, anger lines, and premature aging of the skin in general, and then even potentially like redness of the skin is another liver-related issue. Um, he talks about how the intestines can manifest in like a sad-looking face. So if your digestion is all kind of backed up and slow, then you might have a kind of more saggy face and bit sadder sort of outlook, which is interesting. I've talked about the kidneys. I'll go more into depth with the kidneys. Sorry. So the kidneys are like related to stress. So lack of sleep. Obviously, you'll have the sagginess under your eyes. Too much EMF exposure, which is like Wi-Fi and data. They all affect. Like personally, I probably sound like a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I have felt firsthand effects from Wi-Fi and yeah, just EMFs in general while I sleep. Like if I left my hotspot on or Wi-Fi on while I slept, my sleep quality was drastically lower than what it usually was. And in Eastern methodologies of medicine, Eastern medicine, I'll just say that it's a bit easier to say. They talk about kidney energy as Jing, which is like this expendable energy, and if you do these things like stress expends it, which stress is in many forms, partying and all this stuff, just yeah, using up your energy, overtraining. This all relates to stress, and I'm pretty sure that stress is mainly dealt with through the kidneys. So yeah, doing those things would deplete your Jing energy. I sound like a guru or something. He then goes to talk about the three like foundations. I mean, and they are sleep quality, grounding, and drinking uh, drinking high quality water. And then I'll add the fourth, which is just like diet. So, which is all. I mean, it should be common sense, but I just notice a lot of people do look a lot more stressed these days, and I mean, I think I kind of look stressed. Um, but yeah, it's just something to keep in mind. I guess overthinking too is another thing to add to kidney energy, because if you're always in your head, then you're just stressing, which is something I have to get on top of myself. Um, so yeah, sleep, grounding, and drinking water are like three easy, basic things you can do. The water can be a bit more like a bit trickier because you usually need to buy a filter, or because he and I would not recommend him drinking tap water at all. It's just not good for you. Whenever I drink tap water now, it just tastes gross and it makes me feel gross. So yeah, I actually buy my water from the shop. It's like spring water from Tasmania, which is a state in Australia. So yes, that is what I do. Um, but yeah, you can buy water filters. I just like buying the water because it's the best tasting water that I've found. So yeah, there's lots of stuff about water that you can find yourself. But yeah, water is obviously a big factor of health and well-being in general, because again, this like your skin, it's all holistic. Like your internal health is going to be reflected on the outside, on the body. So you got to look after everything. It's all one big unit. um, yeah, so there's water. I'll quickly cover water. Sleep, I've talked about that in the last video, but I'll quickly go over sleep again. He actually has some signs of healthy sleep, which is falling asleep in like 20 minutes when you go to bed, feeling tired when the sun goes down. That's kind of my little thing. And when you wake up, feeling like refreshed and energized and like ready to attack the day, which is always handy. Excuse me using notes. I kind of need notes because there's just so much to take in. Yeah, so again, avoiding blue light at night, early bedtime, which I've been doing more with, and I feel like better. Um, he even recommends walking before bed, and I've done that, and I didn't really like it, but um, give it a go. Maybe it's just to get like your circadian rhythm back online. Just looking at the nighttime sky will help with that. And then eating your large meal in the morning and less at night. So yeah, not eating too close to bed will definitely help with your sleep. Um, and then he recommends a supplement of magnesium. There's glycinate or taurate, which are highly absorbable by the body, which is something new that I learned in this book, which is cool. Yeah, so that's sleep. And then they've got grounding here. The benefits of grounding are it normalizes cortisol, which is a hormone that relates to stress, reduces our blood viscosity. So like the idea behind grounding, so grounding, if you don't know what grounding is, it's just getting bare feet on the ground. There's other ways you can do it, like there's these shoes you can buy which have like a copper thing in the sole, and they will help like create this uh, negative ion charge, and then yeah, that kind of simulates the grounding effect. Yeah, so increases blood flow, stabilizes your heart rate variability, which is very important for stress-related things. Relaxes your muscles, and it's just a mood boost. Whenever I go outside, and yeah, whenever I just go outside and get grounded, and it's not too cold or whatever, I just feel great. Like instant mood boost. I actually noticed, because I'm actually inside now, I noticed like I don't like being inside that much. Um, maybe that's just a me thing. So yeah, they're the three sort of basic things you can focus on for your foundational health, just in general, but like it'll be reflected in your skin and improve your skin health. There's some foods and stuff he recommends. Foods high in collagen. The thing he like constantly went back to, sorry, so yeah, Primal Thrive, his name's Dobrynya. Dobrynya constantly goes back to is like foods high in collagen, like bone broth or bone marrow. Um, I used to drink a lot of bone broth, but I've just been sticking to fish. And there are fish that are higher in collagen, and like you can get more gelatinous fish. Sorry, I shouldn't have played with my hair. I messed it up. My hair. Um, yeah, stuff like that. And then he recommends this nettle and burdock root tea, which I haven't tried before, but apparently they're really good for detoxes. And I really like experimenting with new stuff, so I might try that out. Kimchi, like he recommends a lot of foods high in vitamin C. And vitamin C is obviously important for your immune system, but I think it's related to collagen production as well in the body. So that's pretty interesting. I've been eating a lot of oranges and kiwi fruit. Kiwi fruit's a really important one. It's very high in vitamin C. I think it's got like a very high amount of vitamin, like 8 times the amount of something like that. 800% increase of vitamin C than an orange. So yeah, if you don't know what a kiwi fruit is, it's a fruit native to New Zealand, and it's got like a green center and like a furry outside. I really like them. It's probably one of my favorite fruits. So definitely recommend those. He recommends eating raw liver, which which I've tried, but it's not the most palatable thing I've ever eaten. But yeah, it's a very nutrient dense food, and then you can cook it. Um, you can cook it, and it tastes a bit better. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's essential, but it is very nutrient rich. I mean, I kind of like just sticking to seafood because seafood itself is also very nutrient rich. Um, yeah, so kimchi, we talked about that. Extra virgin olive oil, um, which apparently is rich with vitamin E, which is very important for skin health, and just health in general. Vitamin E is like a very sort of it's a vitamin related to regeneration and the body. Um, so yeah, he recommends like having it with your food and then even topically like rubbing it on your skin as like a moisturizer. So yeah, even raw dairy on the skin, which I haven't tried myself, but he recommends that. I used to drink a lot of raw milk, but these days I don't drink milk at all because I find I just don't digest it that well. And yeah, some people recommend dairy and some don't. I kind of steer clear of it. I lost a lot of weight when I cut out dairy, so there's that. Um, yeah, so there's a few tips. I mean, it's a very broad subject, and there's a lot of things that he talks about. I kind of took away some things from it myself. There's something I want to try called gua sha, which is like um, you have like this tool that you rub on your skin, and it creates like it promotes blood flow to that area, and that like is meant to improve healing. Because if you pull blood to the surface of the skin, that's meant to improve the healing of the skin, which is interesting. So yeah, gua sha is like I think it's like you can get a steel tool or a jade tool and just rub it on your skin, and you can use like oil as well. Like when you put oil on your skin, then you use the tool. Um, so yeah. Um, so I mean, in conclusion, there's a lot of things you can do, but the basic things like the diet, the sleep, um, drinking quality water is a big one because we are like obviously very high percentage of water in our bodies. And then yeah, just trying to manage your stress, which is something I am getting better at. Um, and then he recommends grounding for like 30 minutes a day if you can do that. Um, so yeah, I'll leave it at that. I hope you got something out of it. Not my most lively video. It's a rainy day, so I'm inside. Got me old poncho looking thing on. I hope the video was interesting and not too dull and boring, but it kind of just a relaxed vibe with this dim lighting. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you do for your skin, and yeah, I hope you have a great day, night, wherever you are. Peace.